afternoon, YouTube. My name is Immortal Coil. Now, Jar Jar Abrams has confirmed that General Leia Organa will make an appearance in Star Wars Episode 9. And they're going to be stringing together unused footage from 7 and 8. And they promised no CGI Leia, which I think is a good thing. It would kind of be disrespectful to Carrie Fisher's memory if they just got someone to stand in and digitally alter their face. And absolutely no Meryl Streep. No, you stay away. But how will this play out? Well, I see two scenarios. One is like the Bruce Lee movie, Game of Death. He was working on that film and got about halfway finished with some of the fight sequences and some of the early expository, sort of motivation for Bruce Lee to go out and kung fu people. But he died before it could get done. And what the studios did is they got a hold of it and they chopped in some stuff here and there. They actually used some cardboard cutouts when people were talking to him. And then they did that typical shot from behind the head kind of. Oh, I'm gonna. Which would be also very undignifying for the memory of Carrie Fisher, just as much as a Game of Death was for Bruce Lee. One of the saddest parts about losing Bruce Lee, he never got to see Star Wars. Robbed in the prime of life. Option B is to take the Lost route. Now, Jar Jar is most famous for the setup, right? He can make interesting characters and create tension and get everybody kind of like, okay, yeah, what's going to happen next? He did that in The Lost. He did that in some ways for Star Trek, and he definitely did that in The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens isn't a perfect movie, but if you forget that Rian Johnson's pile of shit ever existed, on its own, okay, it makes you wonder what happens next. And it's just a shame that Rian Johnson's tub of crap sullied my enjoyment of that first movie. So yeah. But think about Lost. Okay, so JJ wrote the first piece and it was cool. Then they brought him back in to finish it. So what does he do? A lot of flashback scenes. So I could see like Poe and Rey and Finn sitting around a table going like, yeah, I sure wish Leia was here. It's too bad she got killed on the battle of, Four. And what was your favorite memory, Finn? Well, what was your favorite memory, Poe? Well, what was your favorite memory, Rey? Well, and I really hope that they don't go that route, but I can't see how they would intelligently use that old footage. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is. I haven't been to the future. But whatever ends up happening, Jar Jar Abrams, you got number one, you have to put on your janitor hat and clean up Rian Johnson's tub of shit. Sorry, that's your job now. And then number two, you have to finish the story in a way that doesn't further alienate the old fans and still kind of serve the interests of Disney. Not the social engineering interests, but, they obviously need to move forward with different characters if they want Star Wars to continue to evolve. Either that or they're going to have to play in Skywalker's sandbox for, the rest of the franchise's existence, which I actually personally wouldn't mind. A lot of the detractors are saying, well, there's a big universe. There's a lot of planets. Cool. make it in an era that we give a crap about, you know? There's the whole Old Republic, right? There's the Sith Wars, you know, even the Galactic Civil War. There's places that you can go and nooks and crannies you can explore. The Clone Wars series, great example of that. Before the Clone Wars came out and before Episode 2 came out, the only thing that we got from the Clone Wars was the conversation between Luke and Obi-Wan. You fought in the Clone Wars? And just that, those two words together were enough to make intrigue. Because we were sitting there going like, well, what Clone Wars? When was that? Who was in there? And we just get Ben like going, yeah, I was a Jedi, like your father before you. Masterful use of intrigue. So yeah, we don't really care much about this Poe Dameron era. It's meh. If you want to know my recommendations for episode 9, I did a whole video. I'll drop the link in the description below. You guys can check it out. And you know, remember, the prime directive here is to respect the memory of Carrie Fisher and the character of General Organa. My name's Immortal Coil. Take it easy.